This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? We greatly appreciate it. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week takes me to my favorite pawn shop, Cash America Pawn Shop. Actually found a couple of dollar Blu-rays there, one with an out of print slipcover. Have my Kino Lorber pick for the week, my 3D animated pick. Um, a Shout Factory select that I've been waiting for a long time to get to. I'll go to Blu-ray, so have some bangers in here. But before I get into what I picked up, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, live in the theater with my family, or actual physical media. And this week I have two physical media and two streaming videos that I watched. The first one is a 1973 horror mystery science fiction thriller, Invasion of the Bee-Girls. This was directed by Dennis Sanders, produced by Fred Weintraub, written by Nicholas Meyer. This stars William Smith, not Will Smith, but William Smith, Anitra Ford, Victoria Vitri, Cliff Osmond, Wright King. The plot behind this, Neil Agar, a security agent with the State Department, is dispatched to Peckham, California, to investigate the death of a bacteriologist working at government-sponsored Brett Research. His investigation is soon complicated by a growing number of deaths, all men who died of congestive heart failure caused by, get this, sexual exhaustion. This is a cult classic, very heavy on exploitation with maybe a dash of female empowerment. Essentially have these, I don't want to give too much away for people who haven't seen it though, but you have these men, married men, getting to these affairs and all of a sudden have these heart attacks. So they try to figure out why these men are having heart attacks and what's the cause behind it though. Funny, goofy, exploitative 70s sci-fi. So if you like that cult classic type of stuff, definitely check out Invasion of the Bee-Girls. My next pick is a 2015 action crime thriller, Heist. This was directed by Scott Mann, produced by Daniel Grotnick, written by Max Adams. This stars the great Robert De Niro, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, aka Negan for all you Walking Dead fans, Dave Bautista, quickly becoming one of my favorite action heroes, Kate Bosworth, and Gina Carano. The plot behind this, a father is without the means to pay for his daughter's medical treatment. As a last resort, he partners with a greedy co-worker to rob a casino. When things go awry, they're forced to improvise. And it's a typical heist movie with a little bit of a twist to it, though. I don't want to tell you who the protagonist or antagonist is. I'll let you figure that out. I won't spoil it for you, though. But some pretty decent performances from Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Of course, Robert De Niro is always on point. I forgot to mention Morris Chestnut is always in here. He plays the son of Robert De Niro. Dave Bautista. This is an earlier Dave Bautista, 2015. He looks a lot smaller, though. But again, I think he is a really decent action actor. He's actually grown over the years, in my opinion. So if you like heist films, you like those actors, definitely check out Heist, the 2015 one with Robert De Niro. My next pick, I actually watched streaming. I think I watched this on Hulu. This is a 2025 American psychological thriller film, Locked. This was directed by David Yoveski, written by Michael Arlen Ross, produced by Ara Kishian, I guess. This stars Bill Skarsgård and Anthony Hopkins. The plot behind this, jobless former criminal Eddie Barish struggles to provide for his daughter, Sarah. One day while searching for unattended cars to rob, he runs across an unlocked doorless luxury SUV. As he gets into loot the valuables, the vehicle locks itself, trapping him inside. And this movie is somewhat similar to like movies such as Buried. You only have two basically main actors. You have some other adjacent actors, but it's basically Skarsgård and to a certain extent, to a lesser extent, Anthony Hopkins. Starts out pretty intense, pretty suspenseful. It kind of lulls off a little bit, and it picks up a little bit, maybe about an hour into the movie though. But it's fun, it's entertaining. Thought it could have maybe spiced it up a little bit more in a couple sections though. But overall, entertaining movie. I like Bill Skarsgård. Big fan of Anthony Hopkins. That's Hannibal the Cannibal. So you like those two actors, and you like that kind of storytelling with not a lot of actors, little suspense, little action. Definitely check out Locked. My last film, I think I also watched on Hulu. This is the 2025 American science fiction horror film, The Astronaut. This is directed and written by Jess Varley, produced by Brad Fuller. This stars Kate Mara, Lawrence Fishburne, and Gabrielle Luna. The plot behind this: Sam Walker, a female, a NASA astronaut from the International Space Station, crash lands back on Earth after a mission gone wrong when her shuttle was hit by debris. She's eventually rescued by the U.S. Coast Guard and taken to a hospital for recovery. Upon awakening, doctors in hazmat suits enter the room to question her about what happened during the accident. And it starts out kind of like your typical astronaut back to Earth. Are they really seeing strange things, or are they hallucinating? It kind of gives that vibe to it. It kind of gives a somewhat stalking vibe. Are they really being stalked, or again, are they hallucinating? But it has a really creative twist that I didn't see coming. So really like that, mainly for the twist. So great suspense in the beginning, great build up to a very nice, again, twist at the ending. So if you like sci-fi / horror with that suspense and, in my opinion, an unexpected twist at the end, definitely check out 2025's The Astronaut. Now, those are the movies I watched for the week. Without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from Cash America Pawnshop. These are two separate visits. Have a classic Kino Lorber, my 3D pick for the week, as well as a couple of Warner Archive classics and a Shout Factory Select. So have some bangers this week. Let me get these situated and get you good people on your way. Hold on. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pickups here from Cash America from two separate visits. Have a Warner Archive of an old 60s cartoon. Have my Shout Factory Select, my Kino Lorber classic pick. It was my 3D pick for the week. So have some bangers in here. Let me get these situated and get you good people on your way. Hold on. And we'll jump into what I picked up for my first visit at the pawn shop. I actually picked up one DVD and two compact discs. First one, a little closer here. Sting. Sting 10, Sumners. If you didn't know, that's Sting's real name, Gordon Sumners. Big Police fan back in the 80s and big Sting fan. So, picked up his CD. And also picked up one of the silkiest voices in R&B ever, the ultimate Luther Vandross. May he rest in peace. He has a little kind of pull out here. Okay, now as far as movies, I have Tony Danza in one of his earlier films, She's Out of Control. And I do not believe there is a Blu-ray of this. It's a Columbia Pictures DVD release, She's Out of Control. And for that, I paid a whopping, they just bulked everything together, CDs and movies, $250. Yeah, $250 or $269 with tax. So that's my first trip. And my next trip, actually got 3 movies. First one, The Bodyguard with the legendary Sammo Hung. Great martial artist, especially considering he was kind of a portly gentleman, but very light on his feet, very fluid. Very artistic looking martial artist. The Bodyguard, I believe it's scanned in as The Beloved Bodyguard. Killzone 2 with Tony Jaa, great movie. Ip Man 3, fantastic with Donnie Yen. Never seen River, not familiar with that. What else here? Okay. Have Assassin, haven't seen that. Rise of the Legend, that's not too bad. Ip Man, of course. Mojan, Ip Man 2. Kung Fu Killer, another great Donnie Yen. Never heard of that one. Strange and Police Story with Jackie Chan, all great movies. And this is a Well Go USA release. Next, The 12th Man. This is a blind buy with Jonathan Rhys Meyers, Thomas Gulstad. The 12th Man regarding the Nazi right. This is a Shout Factory release. And if you've seen this, drop a comment down low. Let me know what you thought. The 12th Man. Of course, Shout Factory has its beautiful art on the flip side. The cover art. And the last one, which I was really looking for on Blu-ray because I have the DVD. I think I might have picked up the DVD at Dollar Tree. But this is Kickboxer Retaliation Blu-ray with Alain Moussi, Christopher Lambert, Mike Tyson, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Retaliation. This is a Well-Go USA release. I was looking online. I believe this slipcover is sought after or out of print, whichever way you want to look at it. So Kickboxer Paradox, another pretty good martial arts picture. Monkey King 3, which I haven't seen that yet. What are these here? Oh, Villainous, very good movie. Better Watch Out, very funny black comedy Christmas movie. Wolf 2, I've seen that. Chasing Dragons, haven't seen that. Kickboxer Retaliation Blu-ray and the DVD. Nice change up on the artwork. And for these two Blu-rays, the slip covers and the DVD with the slip cover, I paid a whopping $2.50. So it takes $2.69 with tax. So $1 for the Blu-ray, 50 cents for the DVD. So that's what I picked up at the Pawnshop from Cash America. Next, we have Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. Now, I wasn't born when this initially aired, but I vaguely remember watching like shorts or episodes of this growing up. I don't know if this was played between other cartoons of the 70s, but when I saw this, it definitely brought back some memories. Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles, the complete series. This is the Warner Brothers Archive Classic. Next, we have long-awaited to come to Blu-ray, Death to Smoochie with the late Robin Williams, Edward Norton, and Danny DeVito. Shout Factory Select. Have my Wesley Snipes here, aka the Real Blade. My Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade here. Let me open this up. Very quirky movie though, but very good dark comedy. Oh, beautiful artwork on the back with Robin Williams. Very nice picture. And you have the Blu-ray, Death to Smoochie. My Kino Lorber classic pick, Cab Calloway, Heidi Ho Boarding House Blues. And this is with one of the originators of female black comedy, or just female comedy in general, Moms Mabley. That's Moms Mabley right there. I grew up listening to records of her with me and my homeboy listening to his mom's record up in her bedroom. Heidi Ho and Boarding House Blues. This is a double feature. Yes, a double feature. So, Kino Lorber pick with the unusual binder. Usually have the black one, but for some of the other ones, they kind of switch it up a little bit. My 3D pick for the week, Asterisk, The Mansions of the Gods. And Nick Frost is the only name I really recognize here as far as the voices go. Say import Kaleidoscope release though, but the 3D is legit though. So animation, they usually can do a decent job with the 3D. So this is my Pawnshop online pickup for the week. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the disc from the artwork. A couple of these might actually make the shelf, so I can make some room for all these movies. These will go some other place. So let me get these scanned in, and I'll get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in Car Wash, L is in Land of the Giants, Z is in Zola. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place as usual. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made this far in the video, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. Make sure you share this with other movie lovers like yourselves. Make sure you check out my Saturday collection videos, same place, same time. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.